Last. On Wednesday morning, May 1, Councillor Rohan Bryan of the White Horses Division in the St. Thomas Municipal Corporation breathed his last. It was the culmination of days of humbug, pain, and discomfort that once again held light to the public health system in Jamaica. So Bryan's friends and family members say he ought not to have died. Good day. On behalf of all of us, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. This is the Frankly Speaking Jamaica podcast, episode 119 for May 12, 2024. Our special guest today is former Mayor of Port of Morant Bay, Hubert Ryan Williams, a friend of the late Councillor Rohan Bryan. And with us are our regular presenters, Desmond Richards, Winnie Anderson Brown, and Mary White. I'm Franklin McKnight. Thank you for joining us on this podcast live. And those who aren't seeing it live, may just go to the Frankly Speaking Jamaica podcast and get this recorded podcast. Please subscribe to the channel and share. As usual, we go around the table and start with Winnie. Winnie, please tell us what's up with you today. What are you taking on?
Well, I am taking on Mother's Day and wishing mothers a happy Mother's Day. But against that background, I'm going to talk about 3 qualities of a good mother.
Beautiful. Now, Mary.
Bun. What do you call it? Bun, or you call it cheating, or you call it two-timing, whatever name you call it by. Today, stay tuned for the result of who give more bun, man or woman, or just maybe the baker. That's it.
My God, fiery bunning topic there. And Desmond.
Yes, the Constitution. Once again, we have seen where the government has shortchanged the debate. The government is playing a game. And I also want to touch on the absence of water for our people in Jamaica.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you. I want to say a special welcome. We're going to come back to our presenters, as those who watch this program know, but we want to say a special welcome to Councillor and former Mayor of Morant Bay. And he's going to tell us now what happened with what is being called an unnecessary death, the death of Rohan Bryan. Councillor Williams, welcome, sir, to Frankly Speaking Jamaica podcast. Please tell us a little bit about what happened. I think we need to know first a little bit about what you have heard or you know happened, because you raised the matter in the St. Thomas Municipal Corporation on Thursday. Go ahead, please, sir.
Good evening to you and good evening to all your listeners and the panel at large. It was Tuesday night, somewhere before midnight, that Councillor Bryan, former deputy mayor, passed. He was at the Princess Margaret Hospital. That's the only hospital in the parish of St. Thomas. He was admitted on Sunday after he passed out at his home. He had some form of fainting at his home, and he was taken. He recovered at home, but then he was taken to the Princess Margaret Hospital. So he was taken there sometime Sunday afternoon, and he was there Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday was when he was sent to Apex in Kingston to do a scan on his lungs, because I guess the doctors assumed that he have a clot in his lung. I guess they call it PE, pulmonary whatever.
Embolism.
I'm not a doctor. So I'm
Embolism.
not going to get
Embolism. That's
yes, I think that's
okay.
it. Yeah, I'm not going to get into specifics of that. I'm more concerned about the procedures. Yes. So and Tuesday, up to Tuesday, 72 hours later, after being admitted to the Princess Margaret Hospital, he was not able to secure, they were not able to secure an ambulance to take him into Kingston. So,
I'm sorry, just let me just put there, Councillor Williams, that he was supposed to be doing the diagnostic test in Kingston at a private lab, and up to Tuesday they were unable to find and get an ambulance to take him in. That's what you're saying.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
That's
go
what
ahead.
I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying.
Go
So,
ahead.
on Tuesday, it turned out that he have to use a private car. So his cousin take him into Kingston to get that test done. When he went to Kingston, no medical professional did escort him or did accompany him. So there were no porter, not even an LPN nurse went with him. There were no oxygen. And remember, this man having serious breathing problem. Nothing like that. When he went to Apex, he have to just sit on a chair and have to wait because there were no preparation made for him at Apex, seeing his condition. Now, bear all that in mind, for a doctor to send you to do a particular scan, it must be based on his clinical experience. He assumed that this is the problem. So, the doctor already knowing himself that this may be the problem. And even knowing that, no precaution, no system was put in place to help this man. So he went there, he did the scan, and based on information that I'm receiving from the family, I'm very close to the family, the scan showed that he have a clot in his lung. That something like that now need immediate attention, immediate treatment. Now he was taken back to St. Thomas in that same private vehicle. He fainted twice before reaching back to the Princess Margaret Hospital.
My God.
After reaching the Princess Margaret Hospital, up to 10 o'clock in the night when his wife called him, he received no treatment at all because he told his wife, and the wife is a registered RN in the United States. He told his wife that no treatment, no doctor have seen him since he returned to the hospital from doing the scan in Kingston. Now, little after 10 o'clock, at the same time, when his wife was on the phone with him, that's when things start to go downhill. Because even when he was talking to his wife and the nurse tell him to put on the phone, he started went downhill in a way till that the phone was turned off. So the wife have to experience all of that pain, trauma, whatever you want to describe it as. So the wife was there listening in the United States, there in Florida, listening to his husband in St. Thomas, Princess Margaret Hospital, dying, literally dying. Wife hear all of that. Now, I am saying, if it's the case, and we understand that we are living in a poor country, and we understand also that St. Thomas normally get the worst. But if a hospital is not equipped with certain type of equipment and doesn't have certain specialists available at the facility, at least there must be ambulance available to transfer patient in a reasonable time. Because if you can't provide the service or the services that these patients need and at the same time you can't transfer them to get the treatment, the remedy, the specialized care that they need. You're literally running a morgue more so than an hospital. And that's
All right.
exactly the situation that we find ourselves in. If an hospital...
Mr. Williams, Mr. Williams,
Yes.
I thank you for setting out the processes that you have nailed down there for us. Tell us, you raised the matter again, the death in the parish council meeting, municipal corporation, I beg your pardon, on Thursday. What was the response? Because at the municipal corporation, you have a councillor who is I think he's the CEO of the hospital as well. Just tell us what
he's
they
the
said. Chairman at Princess Margaret. Just tell us what they said.
All right. I raised a point, and the chairman, councillor, which is deputy mayor now, Michael McLeod, is the chairman of the hospital board. And in my presentation, I make it absolutely clear that he can't excuse himself from the situation because he's the chairman. So in terms of policy making, he have a role to play. Well, I guess he said that there's only 2 ambulances at the hospital, and for some reason they wasn't available at the time. So pretty much that's what he said. But it is sad, and I'm going to tell you what is sad. The PNP councillor, they stand to support the argument, but none of the JLP councillor couldn't really stand up and speak on behalf. Because we are not just speaking for Councillor Brian or Washi, because he already passed. There's nothing I can say or do that will bring him back to life. But we understand that this is a situation that happens almost every day at the hospital. So we have to fix the situation so that more residents of St. Thomas don't have the same fate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We have to do something to restore hope for the people of St. Thomas when they go to Princess Margaret Hospital.
Councillor Williams.
Yes.
Yes, sir. I sympathize with your situation, but I want you to understand that what exists at St. Thomas, St. Margaret, yes, that exists in most public hospitals in Jamaica. The public hospitals in Jamaica are not equipped to deal with these emergency issues. The ambulances are short. Personnel, in other words, they are short. All the public hospitals are both short of personnel and equipment. And Mr. Williams, let me tell you something now. I am doing journalism 38 years now, and I found this when I started working at a defunct newspaper called the Jamaica Record 38 years ago. Now, the situation is, yes, there has been some improvement here and there, but the services available at public health institutions in Jamaica is atrocious. And sir, we are only talking about Councillor Martin because he was a councillor. There are many patients over the years who have died, and people are dying at hospitals in Jamaica because of lack of care and equipment to provide care for them. That is something that is happening in Jamaica.
All right, thank you. Mr. Williams, Councillor Williams, you want to
respond? Yeah, I want to say
that?
something.
If Mary or Winnie has any questions, you can just shoot. Go ahead, Mr. Williams.
Yes, if I may. What I want to point out here, and I want to agree with you that yes, this is a common problem across the land. But even though it's a common problem, you have to understand. Look at this. If a former deputy mayor, a present councillor, and not just a councillor, he's the councillor for the division that the hospital is in, couldn't get these basic cares, Tell me about the average Joe that gonna walk in the hospital that nobody know, that have no family support. What gonna happen to them? So I'm saying, even though we know it's a common problem, at least, man, when you see certain people, and I'm not saying they're supposed to be too Jamaica, you know, but I'm just saying, when an elected representative, it's so bad that that not even elected representative situation can be done in terms of following protocol. I'm not saying if all this was done, Wash would be alive. Maybe he would still die, but at least the family and friends could have more comfort saying all was done. I'm saying we know they don't have the equipment, but at least in 72 hours you can't transfer a patient. And I'm saying
the ministers and members of parliament, they would fly out to Miami via air ambulance to hospital over there.
I know that.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
But I want to add this though. Even if you're using a private car, there are situations that I would support using a private vehicle. But still, certain systems should be put in place. Like example, there should be police escort.
Mr. Williams, you have said a lot of
I'm
things
listening.
which go to the heart of this problem. You know, one of the issues that we have in Jamaica, you know, is that it has now. And Mary, I see several comments coming in. I don't know if you can help us with them in a little while.
Yes, I'm looking
But
at
one
them.
of the issues that we have in Jamaica, you know, Councillor Williams, is this business of all of the hospital diagnostic services, almost all, farmed out to private labs all over the country. There's some basic diagnostic tests, which all of the hospitals now send to private labs, use ambulances and send. No, there was no ambulance use in this particular case. So it's a lot of issues that you're pointing to, and you raised a very important issue. What happened to the ordinary man, don't have any family support, don't have any contacts, who walks up to those hospital gates or ends up in there? And you know what I find very serious before we terminate this part of our discussion? We cannot continue to ignore and play politics over the healthcare system. You said a while ago that, like, your JLP colleagues, JLP are in the majority in the St. Thomas Council, they didn't even want to take on the issue or talk about it, because people take on all of these issues in Jamaica, they take as if they are just political issues. Desmond is saying that 38 years ago, this was a similar issue. 38 years ago, and through the years, we have got to take on this health issue. And you know why we're spending so much time on it here today, sir? We don't know when any one of us is going to end up on our backs in a hospital or on our feet wobbling at one of these hospitals. We don't know if in taking a vehicle or in driving one ourselves, we are going to have an accident.
End up in the hospital, yes.
And end up in any hospital. You can't end up down there and then say, take me to my favorite private hospital.
Yeah,
or my favorite private doctor. They're going to drag you into some other place. Yes. And this is something that needs urgent attention in Jamaica. This healthcare system that we have is not acceptable and is too poor for our poor country. That's my position on it.
Sir Matt, let me take the comments at this time, because the comments are pouring in regarding this issue, because it has obviously touched the hearts of our Jamaican viewers. It's a very topical issue. We have people like Rose Petgrave and Ruby Ann Forms and Claudia Harvey and Rhea Sammons online. Thank you guys for tuning in. Kimberly Unfiltered, thank you. And basically the consensus online, Kimberly saying that the hospital failed Washi. Rhea is saying, so true, these situations happen quite too often and it's scary. Rose is saying, we have Ruby on, who is saying that the staff, Rhea, who is saying that the staff are too carefree and nonchalant. Claudia is saying, only when the issue hits close to home will the government see the need to enhance the health system. But overall, for me, I think it's come down to a resources problem. The problem and all of these are all bungling into it. But the question to ask ourselves as Jamaicans, does Jamaica really has the resources to put the quality healthcare, and I think we have free healthcare, the quality healthcare we have to serve the Jamaican public the way we deserve to be treated as humans? Because what you have described to me is one of the most inhumane things that could happen to somebody when you're, in that vulnerable situation.
This, if I may, this hits close to home because I remember when I couldn't breathe, but thankfully for me, I was in a private hospital and an ambulance. I had an ambulance and a nurse and oxygen and drip and the whole works to take me from Mandeville to the university hospital where a doctor was waiting for me. So I realized how blessed I am. That's why I'm alive today. So I know that the care is available in Jamaica. The unfortunate thing is that it's not available to everyone.
Very unfortunate. Councillor Williams, I'd love to say, we're going to wrap up this section and thank you for being here. What's your final thing? There's supposed to be an investigation, I think, Councillor Williams.
Yes. Yeah, there's going to be an investigation. I know the wife is seeking legal advice at the moment because she really wanted to deal with it. And she said to me, it's not about my husband, it's about the people of St. Thomas. And I just want to close by saying this. There's most parishes in Jamaica may have 2 hospitals or close to so much. In St. Thomas, the only hospital we have is the Princess Margaret Hospital. So you might be a millionaire or a billionaire.
Yes.
If something happened to you, it's very likely, a real emergency, very likely that you're going to have to go to Princess Margaret Hospital, even though you have all the money in the world, can pay for a private hospital.
Absolutely.
So it's our interest, it's in our interest to speak out. So, and even you might be just driving through the parish one day, and something can happen to you. Yes. And you might have to end up at Princess Margaret. You might be taken away from here.
Every Jamaican is at risk.
Everyone.
Yes. So I am saying, I want each and every one of us to lend our voice to fix the problem. And we understand the problem of funding. But there's some basic system, some basic protocols that can put in place that can really save life. And that's what I'm speaking to.
Well, keep the issue at the forefront, Councillor, please.
Thank you very much.
Sir Williams.
Thank you very much for having me, Mr. Man.
Yeah, and thank you, sir, for telling us what's going on. That's Hubert Brian Williams, a friend of late Councillor Rohan Brian, and Councillor Williams represents the White Horses Division. He, like Councillor Rohan Brian, was elected in 2012, and they remain. There are 2. They were part of the new council of 4 PNP members, 6 JLP members, and he's telling us that even the debate about what's happening in the hospital was divided along party lines, and it's something that he did not wish to see. We want to thank him, and we want to also express our condolences to the wife of Councillor Brian. She has come back to Jamaica, and what I heard is that she actually heard him do his last gasp. She was on the telephone with him. And can you just imagine? We are not in the health services system, but she's a nurse. She's a registered nurse in the U.S. system, which we expect to be far better. And she's hearing from her husband over 48 hours, nearly 72 hours. I can't get an ambulance to take me to go and do the test, the basic test. That in a typical standard hospital should be a lab downstairs or 100 yards from the ward. It is a disgraceful situation. Disgraceful. All right. So we're going to go now to a lighter issue and a very necessary thing, the people who have brought us all to this world. Winnie, over to you on mothering. Yes.
That saddens me so much. I must say, condolences. And I'll begin with condolences to all mothers who have lost their children. This is a sad day for a number of mothers, especially a mother like the one who lost her daughter and her grandchildren through violence. So I want to remember those mothers today, those who are mourning, that those for whom Mother's Day is very painful. And on that note, those who kill others, they have mothers too. So I'll use the opportunity to appeal to those mothers who are shielding their children, who are committing the crimes, those who are hiding the guns, those who are protecting the killers. I appeal to those mothers to really do better than that and help us, because in the long run, no one is safe until we're all safe. So a good mother, the first thing, a good mother teaches her children right from wrong. It's not a gray area. It is just that she needs to let them know what is right, what is wrong. Also, a good mother teaches her children that actions have consequences. So she does not shield her children from the consequences of their actions. Good is praised, wrong things are punished. There are no two ways about it. When you do something good, you're praised. When you do something bad, then you're punished. There's a room for punishment. Good mothers know that. And the last thing I'll speak to is that good mothers lovingly support their children to be the best that they can be. On that note, I say Happy Mother's Day to all those mothers, including yours truly. I'm a mother and grandmother. So I say Happy Mother's Day to every mother.
Thank you very much, Winnie. I would love to explore that right and wrong, but we don't have the time today. So let's just jump to Desmond and let's see if we can get to Mary right after that. Desmond, I don't think you're going to be able to explore far, but you can start at least.
Well, I can say that the constitutional debate, that the reform in our constitution has hit a roadblock, and it will appear as if that it is going to be stalled because the government is playing games. The government want us to remove from the monarchy, but want to retain the monarchy's court. So the opposition has indicated, and I can remember this from PJ Patterson was Prime Minister, has indicated that removing ourselves from the monarchy and its court is part of what the PNP will agree to. And what the government is trying to do is trying to have a two-phase agreement. That can't work. And I would like to hear from
the government. Is the government saying recently, Desmond, that they want to retain the Privy Council? They haven't been saying that recently.
The action speaks louder than word. There has been no word from the government in the past 10 years on what it wants to do with the Privy Council. The last thing I heard was when Prime Minister Golden was there, and he said they want to set up our own court of appeal. There has been nothing else from this government about the Privy Council. There's a silence. And we would like to hear why is the silence? Well, take the matter to the people. Let us go to the people and ask the people if they want to retain the Privy Council.
Those comments that I see quite a few comments coming in.
Yes, we have comments coming in. Today we have quite a few visitors online. Millie, hi Millie.
Mary, we're going to have to leave the comments.
Yes, and Kingsley, we have some new people online today. Please do join us again next week because we are running out of time, but we love that you're here with us.
I'm sorry. We love you for your comments, and we love you if you don't comment. We just want you always to join us. A special thanks to Councillor Hubert Williams, who joined us early on behalf of Mary, Winnie, and Desmond, and technical support by Joshua Black. Thank you as ever for joining the Frankly Speaking Jamaica podcast. We invite you to share the link and to subscribe to the podcast if you have not yet done so. I'm Franklin McKnight. Until then.